In last lecture, we have understood about the law of parallelogram, an example related to law of parallelogram. The law of triangular example is solved by same as law of parallelogram, and it is completed. So, in today's lecture, I am going to take one example in which more than two concurrent forces occurs at a point. Okay, as per the rule, if the concurrent forces are more than 2, then the example might be solved by using the law of resolution. Which law? Law of resolution. And law of resolution equation is R is equal to square root of summation of h square plus summation of v square, and alpha means tan alpha is equal to summation of v by summation of h mod of. By finding the horizontal forces, summation of horizontal forces and summation of vertical forces, we will find the resultant force, and by solving this we might get the location of the resultant force. In here example, it is written that a point is loaded by 4 forces, means this is one point which is loaded by 4 forces 1, 2, 3 and 4 as shown in figure. Calculate the resultant force. Now the question will arise that how to find the horizontal and vertical forces. So, there are two methods. We can use the quarter by 0 to 90, 0 to 90 and 0 to 90. For horizontal, the multiplication of load will be done to cos theta for horizontal, and for vertical to sin theta. Why? Because if this one is the arrow or force, the horizontal will be this and the vertical will be this. So for angle, this is the closest, that's why this is cos, and this is the far, so that's why this is sin. Okay, and this is the angle. And the rule is that the angle should be made on the horizontal axis only. The vertical angle will not be calculated. Okay, so in here this force is making vertical angle, that's why the original angle will be like this, 90 minus 20 is equal to 70 degree. Okay, you understand this now. But in second method, the method is that you need to start to calculate from here and make a circle of 360 degree, like the whole circle bearing method. So firstly calculate that 20 cos 70, then calculate 30 cos this much, then calculate 10 cos this much, then calculate 60 cos this much. It will be the easiest one method, because in the 0 to 90 method we need to manage the plus sign combination as per the direction of the forces, and that might confuse us. This is the easiest one. We will use this method to calculate the resultant force. Let's start and solve the sum. Okay, so I want to rub this. Make 20 degree. Okay, firstly we will check the direction of the force. So in concurrent forces, the direction would be same of all the forces. The first one is tensile, the second one is tensile, the third one is compressive force, and the fourth one is tensile. So there will be change in this. Let's update the figure, and I will update like this, that I will draw one by y-axis and one x-axis. The updated figure will be so like this, that this is 20 kilonewton, which makes 20 degree angle, and from this compressive zone I will move this arrow forward to this here. So the arrow will go here. It is 30 kilonewton, 10 kilonewton, which makes 30 degree here, and here it is 30 kilonewton, which makes 40 degree here, and here it is 60 kilonewton, which makes 30 degree here. Why I have written this 30 degree? Because if it is making 30 degree here, then it will be make 30 degree here also. Okay, like this concept. If some line is making 30 degree here, then further it will be go like this, and the 30 degree will make here. This and this will be same. Okay. Let's calculate the resultant force. For calculating the resultant force, first of all we need to find the horizontal forces, summation of horizontal forces. Then summation of all horizontal forces is equal to, starting with this one, 10 cos, this is 30, so this will be 90 minus 30, it means 60 degree, plus this is 20, so 20 cos, this is making 20 degree to vertical side, and we need to take the angle from the horizontal side. So this to this, it is 90 minus 20 means 70 degree. We can write it like this also, 90 minus 20, or we can write it directly also, 70 degree. Plus, now comes to this force, 30 cos, this is 40 degree, and this all is 180. From here to here we need to measure. So this is 180, so minus 180 minus 40 means it was 140 degree. Okay, then last one is 60 cos, from here to here. So this is 180, 180 plus 90, 270, 270 plus 30 means 300. So 60 cos 300 degree. Now summation it. So by solving this we get 10 cos 60 means 5, plus 20 cos 70 means 6.84, plus 30 cos 140 means minus 22.98, plus 60 cos 300 means 30. So 5 plus 6.84 minus 22.98 plus 30. So we will get the answer. (18.86 kilonewton). Summation of all horizontal force we will get like this. Okay, so I am noting here, summation of H is equal to 18.86 kilonewton. Likewise, calculate the vertical forces. The summation of all vertical forces is equal to, we need to change only the cos value, means we need to replace the cos with the sin. Nothing will be changed, other else will remain as it is. So I will write it 10 sin 60 plus 20 sin 70 plus 30 sin 140 plus 60 sin 300. So let's solve it. 10 sine 60, it means 8.66, plus 20 sine 70, it means 18.79, 30 sine 140, 19.28, and 60 sine 300, minus 51.96. So let's get the answer. So 8.66 plus 18.79 plus 19.28 minus 51.96. So we will get the answer minus 5.23. Okay, we get the answer minus 5.23. So let's write summation of V is equal to minus 5.23 kilonewton. It means the value of horizontal and vertical is like this, plus minus. The horizontal value is plus and the vertical is minus. Okay. Now, I hope you all understand this. Now calculate the resultant force. Let me rub this. This is a very simple example, and in resolution forces all we need to take care about that which method we are using, and by my choice this method is the easiest method for solving the resolution. Okay. Now resultant is equal to under root of summation of all horizontal forces square plus summation of all vertical forces square. So the value will be 18.86 square plus minus 5.23 square. So let me check. 18.86 square plus 5.23 square. So under root of 383.05. So resultant force is nothing but the 19.57 kilonewton. So we get the answer of resultant force. Now check the position. So for position, tan alpha is equal to mod of summation of V by summation of H. That's why the value will be, the minus value will be convert into positive because of mod. So 5.23 divided by, because the value of this should always be positive, that's why we use mod. That's why the minus 5.23 value becomes positive. 18.86 is equal to 0.277. So alpha is equal to tan inverse 0.277. Okay, the value will be, your alpha will be 15.49 degree. Now there are 4 quadrants, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I will explain you by using sign. This is the plus plus, this is the plus minus, this is the minus minus, and this is minus plus. So by the value, the first value shows the horizontal force and the second one shows the vertical one. Okay, so from the sign we match our sign, that plus and minus. By matching these two, the resultant of our sum will be fall in the second quadrant. That's why our resultant will be in this quadrant, second quadrant. R is equal to 19.57, and it will always make the angle with horizontal one. So here is the angle, alpha is equal to 15.49 degree. Okay, we can write here that resultant is in second quadrant to 15.49 degree. This is our finish line. Okay, so like this we can solve the resultant force by using law of resolution.